Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Thursday the 27th, and today was a beautiful sunny day outside, kind of cold, kind of chilly, warmed up I think into the double digits. I think it reached like 11 I believe today was the warmest part. Just really, I don't know, it was like it was actually I think negative like 1 or something like that this morning when I got up. Really didn't feel like getting out of bed, had that whole thought of, hey, wanted to spend the rest of the day in bed today. Knew I needed to get up, head up to Ottumwa. Had to, not really think I had an appointment for, but some stuff need to get taken care of up there. Ended up getting a text message fairly early on in the day asking if somebody could come over and hang out. A friend of mine, I said, sure, why not? It's probably making a trip to Ottumwa if I could put it off. They ended up coming over. We kind of hung out most of the day. Nothing really major going on, just kind of shot the shit a lot, watched some TV. Ended up started watching the series Bates Motel. I think we watched like 3 episodes of that maybe. They'd already seen it, and they were like, I think on episode 7 or somewhere in there is where they're at, but they said they were more than happy to go back and watch the earlier ones. One, it's one of those things, a lot of times you kind of watch stuff, you're not really overly paying attention to it, so you miss a handful of things. Come back in later, and you watch it again, and you can really catch up a lot of details that you missed the first time. Some little tiny stuff that didn't seem important at the time, you now know why it makes sense. So I was asking a handful of questions that kind of threw them off because they knew the answer later on. That, you know, I obviously just watching it, spotted it for the first time. They're like, how the hell did you know that? That doesn't come out until like episode like 5 or 6. And I'm like, I just sensed it. I spotted a couple of details that, you know, I think the directors and stuff might have wanted there, but not really that big of an issue. Didn't really point it out and make it really obvious. So that was kind of interesting. Just the look in their face, and they're like, how the hell did you know this stuff? So it was kind of cool, kind of fun. Ended up heading up and went out to eat. Went out to eat at the little restaurant here in town. It's kind of like a, I don't know, like a car theme, whatever, and stuff. Not bad food. They tend to overcook their stuff a little bit. Like their onion rings and their tenderloin both was in the grease a little bit too long. I think their grease is set a little too low temp-wise, and they're leaving it in a little bit too long, so it's kind of getting a lot darker look to it and a little bit overcooked texture. So had onion rings, and then we had the tenderloin like covered in roast beef or ham and bacon, a whole bunch of other stuff. They call it the Fat Boy. We split that. We split the appetizers, the onion rings, and we had steak fries also. And there's a couple little things that could have been better there. Like when I told the waitress, hey, we're going to split this sandwich, she could have easily asked, hey, you know, would you like me to have the chef cut that in half for you and stuff? Instead, she brings it out, and I'm like, hey, can we get like a sharp knife to cut this? She's like, oh, it's in your thing. And I got this shitty butter knife. I'm trying to cut through I don't know, just it was a pain in the butt. Got through it. Everything worked out fine. Just a couple little things they could have done differently. You know, it would have made it a much better experience. But that's, I think, from all the years I played restaurant many years ago, it still kind of stands out in mind. I always look for little details like that. Plus, I'm just always spotting strange little things that just my mind never really shuts off and goes away. Unlike a lot of people I talk to, like ask, hey, what are you thinking? They're like, nothing. And I just get so jealous of that because I wish I could think nothing. And sometimes it comes back and bites me in the butt, like just a little bit ago. Got to thinking about my father's passing and our last, you know, few days together and stuff, our last few weeks together, actually, and how it was, I don't know, there's a handful of things that, like, I lied to him about, like, just the simple things of, like, hey, you know, if we're all good, no hard feelings, all that kind of junk. And it's not true. I did have hard feelings. I did want to just basically tell him, hey, you were a piece of shit, and you did this and this and these things crushed me, these things hurt me. And I chose not to just because of the fact I knew it wasn't going to benefit me. It was not going to benefit him. It was just going to bring him more pain. He was already suffering, all that kind of stuff. I just wanted to basically make it as peaceful as I could. And it's one of those things I hate the thought of lying to people. It drives me batshit crazy when I do it. And I knew I was lying to him, but at the same time, maybe I wasn't. Maybe I truly did believe at that moment in time that there were no hard feelings in that. And I wanted his passing to go as peacefully as I could. And there would be no benefit to me, you know, in the long run, I think, of telling him how much he hurt me by abandoning me and all that kind of stuff and just basically throwing me out like trash and just really kind of hurt at times. But that shit happens. I got really all shitty and depressed on this stuff. And then my dog's laying on my lap and he's asleep like crazy. So I started like hiding little chunks of ice and little treats and stuff in his mouth, and made me just cackle laugh. It's so funny when he like as it like dissolves in his mouth, he wakes up and there's like just starts eating stuff, and he has like no concern of like, how did this food get here? How did this ice cube get here? He just like, damn, I got a treat, and he just starts like munching away on it, and then he's like right back to sleep again. And then 10 minutes later, I'm throwing another piece of food in there, and 5 minutes later, it dissolves enough that the saliva actually hits his tongue, and he's like, "Oh my god, treat!" Eats on it, and I'd laugh my ass off. The dude is just so lives in the moment, don't give a shit about, the fact, don't care where the food come from. He's like, I got a treat in my mouth. You can't beat that. So I had like this weird little fantasy that like maybe someday like a little pixie elf or something will come and like just put donuts, like little chunks of donuts or Reese's peanut butter cups in my mouth while I'm sleeping. I'll just wake up to a delicious little treat. So yeah, I think that makes me completely batshit crazy, and I'm all right with that. So that's all I've really got for now. Gonna hopefully make it up to Ottumwa tomorrow, assuming the weather doesn't come in. They're calling for possibly more snow. I'm gonna go up there. I've got to run. I think I got 4 miles at 9:37 pace. I need to run, maybe 9:32 pace. I gotta look again. Not sure, but I'll look it up. Either way, either one of those works just fine for me. So I'll get up there, get that run on. My buddy doesn't think he's gonna be able to run with me. He's been sick as a dog the last few days. Been a complete giant wussy. Just a little cryy baby, kind of thing. He's blaming it on his kids and his wife for getting him sick, so he's talking about moving out and going to live in at the gym. So I told him it's a good idea. I'd say go for it. Get away from the sick people. But unfortunately, you're now a sick person, so you're going to contaminate the gym. So definitely not, he waited too long in the process of moving out. So that's all I got for now. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.